Hi there, students. This is Jim Ave, your professor for Kinesiology 777A, Issues in Kinesiology. I want to welcome you to class. I believe that this is our first class together. I've communicated with each one of you one way or another, probably through email, and we've talked on the phone as part of your application process. So we finally have a class together. And I'm looking forward to our time together in our class. The purpose of this particular video is to provide an overview of our class, let you know what to expect, what you should expect of me as your professor, and what I expect of you as the student. So let's go ahead and begin our class. In all my classes, I have included a Bible verse. In this particular class, I have provided a verse from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6 from the New International Version. King Solomon wrote, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." I like these two verses because God tells us what he wants from us. He wants us to trust him and to acknowledge him when we're going through things, and even when things are going good, lean into him. And sometimes things in life just don't make a lot of sense, so it's best to just trust God, and he will help us through those times. And a lot of times, if the outcome doesn't look anything like the way we expect it to look. I'm assuming that you've downloaded the syllabus because I put it in a class for you to download the syllabus, then look at this. So hopefully you got it in front of you. So if not, you should have it in front of you. You'll see on the syllabus here, I have my contact information, and I blacked out my phone number and all that type of stuff because this is on YouTube, but in the syllabus that you have, you actually can see my phone number. I am on campus this summer. I'm just not too sure what days I'm going to be on campus just yet. So as I'm recording this, I think Wednesdays and Thursdays, most Wednesdays and Thursdays I'll be on campus. But if you need help, I'm here to help. That's what I'm here to do. So if you need to call me. Cell phone is there. Restriction on the cell phone is limited between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I don't know who you are, it's going to go to voicemail, so leave me a message. And my email. Email is probably the best way. I'm better at responding to email than anything. I'll talk in a little bit how to get help in this class. I'm going to say it here, but I'll say it several times. I would like everybody to start at the question and answer form if you have questions about assignments, because if one student has questions, probably every student has the same question. So let's start there with your questions about assignments. All right. This is a 3-unit course. It's 6 weeks in length. Starts June 22nd and ends July 31st. This class, like any of the 6-week classes, moves really fast, so we have to make sure that you stay on top of things to be successful in this class and any of the graduate classes. Do a little bit every single day. Don't wait till the last minute to do any work. I can tell when students wait till the last minute. Your work is not as good as the students that do a little bit every single day. Believe me. I've talked to other professors in this program, and we can tell the difference. Believe me. There is a difference between those who do what we suggest is a little bit every day and those who wait to the last minute. So, course description, you can read that on the syllabus. I'm just going to tell you what this class is about. What we're going to look at, and you'll see this as you look through the different assignments, presentations, and read the syllabus, is that we're going to discuss several different controversial topics within our area, within kinesiology as a whole, and debate them. It's good to debate. It's okay to debate. It's okay to disagree with your peers. but there's a way to do that with but tact. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different issues in our area. We're also going to look at some leadership. What's the word I'm looking for? Theories. Hopefully, these leadership theories you can use immediately. Like the two that we'll cover in this class are the self-leadership theory and the strengths perspective theory. I think these two things are very important to way that we can be leaders at our workplace, in our lives. So I think these assignments will be very beneficial to you. So let's scroll to the class schedule. What's this class look like as far as what we're doing in the next 6 weeks? So we're in week 1 right now. So what you should be doing this week is you should be reading a self-leadership book because it's due this Sunday, June 28th. So you'll turn in a book report and a form, which I have a different presentation there for you to watch about that. So those two, the form and the book report, book review, are due on the first Sunday. And then there's another forum called Educational Paradigm Forum that is also due on this coming Sunday. So that's what we're doing week 1. Then in week 2, we're going to continue in our self-leadership threaded discussion. Let me talk about threaded discussion. We have a lot of threaded discussions in this class. At this point in the program, I've assumed that you have had quite a bit of threaded discussions. It's class time, just like if we were in regular face-to-face class, we would have dialogues going. We would be talking about these topics. And so when you're doing the forum post, I expect the same level of work that you would do if you were turning an actual written paper to me. So you should be citing sources. You should be supporting what you write with references. Should be grammatically correct, spelled correctly. And you'll see that I'm a little anal on the font size on forums. Please increase the font size because I have bad eyes, and so it just makes it easier for me to read. Always make it easier for your professor to read your papers in your forum post. All right. So week 2, we got the self-leadership and the educational paradigm forum threaded discussion that's going through that week. And then you'll see that we have 3 different weeks of issues, debate, presentations. And so if you are assigned week 2 to present your paper, it's actually due on Monday instead of Sunday because of the 4th of July weekend. So it's due Monday, July 6th, and then what you'll be doing is facilitating the discussion through week 3. And if you are assigned week 3, your presentation is due Sunday, July 12th, and then you facilitate the discussion through week 4. If you are assigned week 4, your presentation is due July 19th, and then you're facilitating the discussion through week 5. Excuse me. So we have a lot of threaded discussions going on weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then at the end of week 5, your Strengths Finder evaluation assignment is due. And then on the Tuesday of the last week of class, or last week of classes, your final issue debate reflection paper is due. So again, I have separate announcements for each one of these assignments. Your books, hopefully you've already bought your books. If not, you're going to have to buy e-versions of those books because you need them. The Blanchard, Fowler, Hawkins book, Self-Leadership and a 1-Minute Manager, Increasing Effectiveness Through Situational Self-Leadership. We're going to be reading that this week. And then the other 2 strengths book, Buckingham and Clifton, Now Discover Your Strengths. Clifton, Anderson, and Schreiner, Strengths Quest book. Now make sure that I hope you bought a brand new Strengths Quest book, as I said in my email when you registered for classes and bought your books. because there's a code within the Strengths Quest book that you take the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment, and you need to take that by the end of week 2. So you should also start reading these 2 textbooks now, because week 5 is going to show up real quick. And don't wait through week 5 to start writing that paper. Start working on that paper now. It doesn't matter when your issue debate assignment is due. Start working on the Strengths Finder evaluation assignment now. Let's scroll. I'm going to go to this rubric. I don't know how many other professors discuss this with you or you realize this, but this is something that I try to point out in all my welcome videos. Notice there are no D grades. And what does C mean? It means a C grade is unacceptable here at FPU at the graduate level. If you earn a C in this class or any other class in a graduate program, you have to repeat that course, because a C means you did not meet the minimum required for all course assignment requirements expected from a student studying at the graduate level. So work really hard in all your classes so you don't have to repeat a course. Okay, I'm pretty strict on formatting papers. I've included a video on how to format your papers that was created by Dr. Beasley, who you may have already had a class with. So please watch that and pay attention to formatting. Again, I'm pretty strict with that, but when you turn in a paper into the assignment link, not in the forum, but in the assignment link, make sure you have a title page. Make sure it includes your name, my name, the course number and name, the date, the title for your assignment. Use 1-inch margins, use double spacing, and provide page numbers. Now, speaking of double spacing, there's a thing in Microsoft Word that's defaulted. So I'm going to pull this thing up. It's defaulted, I believe, at 10 points here. It just drives me nuts. Get rid of this. Make it 0. It's 0 and double spaced, okay? I have a video in the Moodle orientation class to teach you how to get rid of this, but please just get rid of it. You'll hear me complain about it if you turn papers in with that double spaced thing like that. All the late assignments will receive a 25% grade reduction. I really hate having this in the syllabus. You're a professional student, and that's what happens when you become a graduate student. You are a professional student, and just like you wouldn't be late to work, or you shouldn't be late to work, you shouldn't turn in late assignments. Now, we're all adults here. If something happens in your life, just let me know. Treat me as an adult so I can treat you as an adult. If something happens that you get sick, somebody in your household gets sick, get a car accident, whatever it is, and you need some extra time, just let me know that. Let me know enough time. If it happens on a Saturday night, unforeseeable circumstances, send me an email. If it's a habitual thing, that's a different thing. If it's a habitual thing where you're always late, then we need to have a discussion about if you should really be in this program or not. Again, this is a graduate program. We have high expectations of our students. Get everything done on time. Be professional as you are a professional student. Some more expectations that I have of you as a student. This is a 6-week course. They move super fast. You've been in 2 of them already. It's 3 units. So if we were in class on campus, we would be in class 2 nights a week, 4 hours each night. So that's 8 hours. And for every hour that you're in class, you're supposed to be doing 1 to 2 hours of homework. I don't know if that's really true in a face-to-face course. That's what the accrediting bodies people think. But let's say it's 8 hours. Let's say that you should be doing at least half that in homework. So that's 12 hours. So you should plan to spend at least 10 to 12 hours per week doing classwork for this class alone, plus you're taking another 3-unit course. I don't know how many hours you're going to actually spend in this class. Depends how fast you write, depends how fast you read, and those type of things. But plan that much time. Every single little bit a day, put time in your schedule. You're going to be doing research in this class, you're going to be reading, you're going to be responding to threaded discussions, you're going to be doing writing. Okay. I also expect you to check your FPU email, because that's how the faculty communicate with you. And if you don't check that email, please forward that email to an email that you actually check. There is a video in the Moodle orientation that teach you how to forward that email. Make sure you're logging into Moodle class site at least every other day. You're going to have to in this class because of the amount of the forms. I expect you to read and follow all the assignment directions. I've tried to be detailed in my assignment directions, but if you still don't know what to do, go to the Q&A form. Okay. As I said earlier, this is where I'll answer your questions, is in a Q&A form. I'd rather start there. I have to tell you, on weekends, I may not check class that often. That's my time. I may not answer phones. I may answer a text. So you need to be a little bit proactive earlier in the week. Start reading for the assignments that are due. So if you have those questions, you can answer those questions earlier in the week. So I can help you understand what we're trying to do. And I think that's where I'll end this presentation. I just want to remind you that I am here to help. I mean, I'm putting all these, use Q&A form and all that type of stuff. I still want to help you. This class is hopefully fun, just because we have a lot of fun stuff to discuss in our classes with all the different forms and all the topics that can be discussed. So I hope you enjoy the 6 weeks that we have together. I look forward to learning more about you through this assignments and through our time together.